And I think it's apparent, abundantly clear, that there has been a great divide between the players.
Okay, you're not going to believe what just went down. Imagine this scene. Adam Silver, the commissioner himself, just slams his hand down on a table. So hard it cracks, he's staring right at Cathy Engelbert and says, with pure ice in his voice, "You crossed the line." This is all about 4 players, a whole mess of secret orders, and some really scary threats. Silver made it clear this whole thing ends right now. And in that one moment, everything we thought we knew about the WNBA world just completely fell apart. Now, before we get into all the details, you have to stay with me, because this story is wilder than anything the league has ever seen. In this crazy, made-up version of the WNBA, things were already super tense. You could feel it in the air, players were walking on eggshells, the fans were absolutely livid, and the sponsors were starting to ask some really tough questions. But nobody, I mean absolutely nobody, saw the bombshell that was about to hit. Rumors started flying that 4 of the league's most exciting young stars have been cut, just like that. There was no announcement, no press conference, not a single word of explanation. The league office just went dark, and that's when the whispers started spreading like a fire. This wasn't just some regular roster change. Someone had to have ordered this. Someone way up at the top. The whole league just froze. Then reports start coming out claiming that in this fictional world, Cathy was getting really angry about how independent the players were becoming. She didn't like the shifts in popularity or how tight the teams were in the locker room. So, the story goes, she gave a special internal agent a messed up mission. Pressure these players, scare them in a line, and get them out of the league as quietly as you can. But we all know secrets like that don't stay secret for very long. And that's when the entire situation just exploded. One of the players, taking a huge chance, leaks a voice note that proves everything. Then another player follows her lead and leaks a whole email chain that is just shocking. And then a third player goes live on social media with tears just pouring down her face and says, "We weren't cut, we were targeted." With just those few words, the whole game changed. So Adam Silver comes into this fictional story not like a commissioner, but like an absolute force of nature. He apparently canceled all his big meetings and just walked straight into the league headquarters without any warning. People who saw him that day said his face was just a mask of pure, unbelievable shock. He's reading the reports. He's listening to the leaked voice notes. He's watching the heartbreaking live streams from these young players. And finally, he says 7 words that just broke the internet. If this is true, Cathy has sabotaged the league. What happens next is like something out of a movie. Adam Silver storms into the main conference room. Cathy's in there, trying her best to look calm and in control. But you can feel the tension in the air. Adam just slams this thick folder down on the table, and the sound just echoes everywhere. For players, he says,